Hey mom, so this week I was thinking of painting a self-portrait. That, that's like a portrait of my face. What do you mean take a picture? Mom, painting is it's a very complicated art system. I'm breaking up. Listen, I'll call you later. Bye. Alright, so I hate it when a new week starts. Because a new week usually means a new illustration, and starting a new piece is one of the most infuriating things that can ever be done. Seriously, you just literally forget how to paint or how to come up with ideas. For right now though, I do have something to show you guys. So, here. Alright, so this is a piece that I was working on just like on the side. It's just two boys on a Vespa riding on the Italian Riviera. There's no specific reason why I did this. I just had a need to just paint this. I'm not sure what came over me, and nothing specific comes to mind. I just woke up one day and I decided, you know what I'm going to do with my day. You know what's great. You know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be in the universe right now. Just two guys on a Vespa on the Italian Riviera. So I painted that. Oh, incidentally, I watched Luca as well around the same time I painted this, and immediately after watching Luca was when I started this piece. I don't know if there's some sort of connection there or some relation between painting this piece and watching Luca, but you know, just a thought. But no, this was fun. I actually never really do pieces in this style. At least I haven't done it in a while. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can focus for you guys. Yeah, if you notice, it's actually line work and cell shading, which is something I never do. I hate lines. I drawing in Photoshop, drawing digitally basically, just isn't for me. I just don't understand. It feels like you are guiding your lines with your mind. It's just really awkward. Painting has always come more naturally for me when working in digital, so I never draw. But I do like the look of some cel shading stuff, so I decided to go for that in this illustration. Also, I got to paint some environment and background, which is something I do not do enough. I would like to do more of it, because if you take a look at those clouds, those were really fun to paint. I really love painting clouds, even though I'm not very good at it. They're just really fun. But you know, I liked how this one turned out. I think I'm basically done with it, with the piece, that is. But here's the thing. I don't know if I should post it. Alright, get this. So I've decided to do a portrait of my face. A self-portrait is something that I've never really done before. Actually, I have done a self-portrait once when I was just starting out. I was basically forced to do it, and it looked like this. As you can see, while my skills aren't particularly great right now, they were much worse before. And I haven't really done a self-portrait since then. And the reason I'm thinking of doing a self-portrait right now is that, for one, it really builds your confidence, and also it's a very fun way of doing a study. If you think about it, you know, you just take a picture of yourself and then you try to do a self-portrait, not entirely based on the picture, but you are basically doing a study. It's just a study of your face, and you get to have more fun with it. So I'm thinking that would be a good thing that shouldn't be too time consuming. That way I have more time to do other things, work on myself. This summer, because the entire goal for me this summer is to work on my relationships with my friends and family, and also to work on myself, which doesn't leave a lot of time for painting. So for the next 2 months, I really need to find something that won't take me a whole week to do. So that's why I think maybe doing a self-portrait this week would be really fun. But for that, I am going to need a little bit of a makeover. So let's do it. So I used this as an opportunity to get a haircut and a shave, because if the pictures turned okay, I would like to keep them or use them for something else. I rarely get the chance to take pictures of myself.
Yes,
Anyway.
And I'm such an important guest.
You are an important guest. Everybody, the person behind the camera right now is my sister, Melibet.
Hello.
She is an amazing artist, an incredible person, and you should follow her on Instagram.
Yes, please say more.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to take a few pictures right now for the portrait, and I'm going to see if I can pick one to do a portrait of. I don't think I'm going to stick too closely to the picture. I just think it's always a good idea to have a guide, because painting some people can actually do that. Some people can actually paint their face without any references, which I think is incredible. But I don't know how I look like. That'll actually be a good challenge, painting yourself without any reference and then seeing how close you can get. I don't think I can do it. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna take a few pictures and then pick one from there. So,
Look like.
where did this get started? So I started the portrait by doing a quick doodle of a face, just to have something there. I usually like having something on my canvas, even if it's wrong, that way I can fix it, rather than just sitting there trying to come up with the correct proportions and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't really look like me, and it won't really look like me until literally the very end of the painting. But I need to have something down, and I usually only paint by process anyways, so I only focus on certain things. For example, right now, although you can't see it because it's in color, I only care about the values. I do not care about the form. If you noticed, I only darkened my skin much later in the painting. I knew that my skin wasn't dark enough, but I only really cared about the value relationships. So I paint in stages. After a while, I started to focus a lot on my features, like the lips and the nose. And again, this is me painting without using the reference I took. The idea was that I would try to guess or try to figure out how I looked like, and then towards the end, I would look at my reference and see how close I got. It was kind of eating me, because I'm kind of a really stubborn artist, and I usually don't. If something is bugging me, instead of coming up with a solution, I just sit there and keep trying until I figure it out. Oh my god, it's way too hot to paint! So today the plan is to work on another piece of music for the YouTube videos, and then I can post it up on Patreon for you guys as well. I think I'm going to be doing this once a month. That's where I have some added value for you guys. If you want to become a patron on Patreon, and that way I get to actually make more music, which is just something that I enjoy doing a lot. I was working on this a while ago, and I'm just gonna finish it up today. I wanted something a bit more energetic, so this is what I ended up with. Let me show you guys a bit of what I've got. So I've got a couple of components here. Uh, I don't know if this track is very clean, but let's see. I've got this. It's a bass guitar and a really nice organ sound. So that's what's just going through for most of the song. And I've got a variation on the bass. I love that, so much drip. It's just doom 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 doom. And of course the drums, you can't forget the drums. Okay. Okay, so let me show you what I've got over here. I needed a lead, and I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be a saxophone or a guitar. After deliberating, I decided to go with a guitar. So you can hear it here. So that's the lead guitar, and I don't think I have the lead guitar sounding quite exactly how I want it to sound, but it's close enough, and I'm gonna mess with it later. That's basically I think all I have left to do on this song. But before I do that, let me show you the bridge, which is the part I'm like most proud of, which is this section over here, I think. So what I really like about it, these drums, it took me like all evening to get right. This when you're playing with the toms, basically this. Yeah, I really like how that sounds with the rest, with the guitar and everything else. And I think it really meshes really well with the bass. So I mean, it's not the most complicated song ever, but I really like the simplicity of it. I don't think you need to have a lot of complicated instruments and synths in order to make a decent song. It actually kind of reminds me of, I don't know if anyone remembers Shin Megami Tensei Imagine, which was, I haven't played any of the Shin Megami Tensei games ever, or even any Persona games really, but I did play Shin Megami Tensei Imagine, which was an MMO based on the franchise. I think it was very short-lived, and I played it for like 3 weeks maybe, back in the day, and I don't remember much about the game, but I do remember it had some kick-ass music. So it's kind of funny how I had to jump and play a bunch of MMOs back in the mid 2000s, and the only thing I remember from them right now are the music. I guess that just shows you the power of having good music in your project, right? So today is the final session for this portrait of myself, and this is how it's turning out. I've got it's been a lot more difficult than I expected. Here's the thing, I personally think that portraits are a lot more complicated and more difficult than painting an entire body. Humans are so used to reading faces and expressions and just staring at faces that when something is off, you know it's wrong even if you can't put your finger on it. So it's personally drives me crazy. Because this is my face, I'm trying to go off what I assume I look like, which is weird. So a lot of times, for example, my mouth was a bit too low for the longest time, and I couldn't see it. Anyway, so if you noticed, I've decided to put a balloon up there, like a metallic balloon. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll just have that be, and the illustration felt like you needed an extra element to the background or something else to play off the portrait. So I am going to do a balloon, a metallic balloon. But the thing is that I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how those balloons look like, so I'm going to wing it. Alright, so one thing that I do a lot as well, you can see it if you get the full res version of this illustration. All the full res versions of my illustrations are up on my Patreon, and for $5 you get access to everything, the full res, my videos, music, just a bunch of stuff. And if you really zoom into this illustration, you will see that I literally take a brush and I just outline what my figures in red or orange. Okay guys, so I was editing the video and then I realized that once again I have forgotten to film an outro, which might actually just become a thing now because I always seem to forget to film one of these. I think this video is going to run a bit longer than usual, and if you guys stuck all the way through to the end, thank you so much. I enjoy making these and I'm really trying to improve on these videos, so hopefully you guys can notice all the improvements I'm trying to make, and one day I can get the videos to be as good as I want them to be. For now, I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!